Somerset collapse as Kent make up for lost time. It proved to be an anticlimactic opening day of the season at Taunton as yesterday's play was washed out, but both teams arrived on day 2 eager to make up for lost time. They would have to wait a little longer, however, as no play was possible before an early lunch. When play finally got underway, Pakistan opener Azhar Ali started fast with a couple of boundaries off Podmore. The Kent seamer was able to strike back, however, when he removed the evergreen Marcus Trescothick's off stump. Former Nottinghamshire bowler Milnes then took his first wicket for his new county as he found the edge of Ali's bat, with Dixon pouching the catch. Hildreth settled in well for Somerset with a couple of well-timed boundaries off Stevens, but he couldn't resist having a nibble at one from Claydon, with Crawley taking the catch. And Somerset looked to be in deep trouble at 80 for 4 when Byram flashed hard at Milnes' delivery, only finding Darren Stevens in the gully. The experienced Stephen Davis and captain Tom Abel rallied to post a 50-run partnership, but that's as far as it went as Davis paid the price for a poor shot, giving Milnes catching practice. There had been no addition to the score after tea when Bartlett played around a Yorker from Claydon and was adjudged LBW. And things were to get worse for Somerset as 2 fell in successive overs. First, Gregory driving Milnes loosely to slip, and then Milnes turning catcher as Abel miscued a pull shot. Claydon completed his 5-wicket haul as Davey was strangled down the leg side, before Podmore wrapped up a disappointing home innings after just 48 overs when Craig Overton was caught and bowled. Somerset all out for 171. There was then an inauspicious start with the ball for new signing Jack Brooks as Dixon took him for a couple of 4s. And back-to-back boundaries for Crawley off Overton took the Kent openers to a 50 partnership. Crawley fell when he edged a ball from Overton to Trescothick, contributing 37 in an opening stand of 71. Podmore came out as night watchman, but he only scored 2 before clipping a catch to square leg, meaning Renshaw had to come out for his Kent debut and face the last over of the day. He survived, so Kent ended the day trailing by 87 runs with 8 first innings wickets still intact. Craig Overton excels with bat and ball in even contest at Taunton. After day 1's play was washed out, play belatedly began after lunch on day 2 at Taunton. Kent looked like they were making up for lost time as the home side's batting collapsed to be all out inside 48 overs. Claydon and Milnes particularly impressing, taking 5 and 3 wickets respectively. Kent fared better in their reply, closing on 84 for 2, with Dixon and Renshaw at the crease and with a strong platform to build a potentially decisive lead on day 3. Neither batsmen were to last long, however, as Somerset made a much better start after a poor second day. First, Davey found the edge, Hildreth holding the catch, Dixon falling for 43. And then Renshaw fell to a poor shot, the Australian trying to flick a Gregory ball to mid-wicket, but picking out cover instead to leave Kent in a spot of bother at 97 for 4. They settled down, however, when Coon came out to join Bell Drummond, and they started to build a useful partnership. That was until Overton produced a terrific delivery to squeeze between Coon's bat and pad and knock his middle stump out the ground. Blake then tried to carve away a ball from Gregory, but ended up edging onto his own stumps. And before Kent were able to pass Somerset's score, 43-year-old Marcus Trescothick showed his reflexes were undimmed as he clung on when Bell Drummond threw the kitchen sink at a wide one from Gregory. Kent were able to move into the lead just before the lunch interval, but having lost 5 wickets on day 3 so far, the honours for the morning session belonged to Somerset. Craig Overton charged into an attacking field and got Stevens to jab at one straight after lunch, with Gregory taking a comfortable catch at slip. Brooks then took his first wicket for his new county when Robinson chipped one up to mid-wicket. The final scalp was taken by skipper Abel as Milnes was caught behind by one that left him late. Kent managing to eke out a lead of 38 that could prove crucial, but Somerset would have been happy with their day's work so far, given the state of play overnight. As the second innings got underway, Stevens won the battle of the Golden Oldies when Trescothick played around a straight ball. And Stevens struck again soon afterwards when Hildreth had a nibble at one that left him. It went from bad to worse for Somerset when Ali edged Podmore to Crawley at slip, and they were still 6 shy of clearing the deficit when Milnes angled one across Byram, who edged to the keeper. Abel and Davis dug in after tea to take Somerset into the lead. Davis found the cover boundary twice in 3 balls from Podmore to bring up the 50 partnership, but Abel fell to a poor shot off Claydon, leaving Somerset 5 down with a lead of only 53. And Claydon took his second scalp of his spell when Davis played on after attempting a cover drive. Things got even better for Claydon when he produced a leg cutter that clipped Gregory's off stump. Somerset were able to push the lead into 3 figures though, with Bartlett scoring boundaries off Milnes. Bartlett and Overton were able to reach the close with a vital unbroken partnership of 60, and they pushed Somerset's lead to 133. They will hope to bat on as much as possible on the final day to then give themselves something to bowl at. Lewis Gregory delivers as Somerset record victory in the season's opener. Despite losing the opening day to rain, Kent had given themselves an excellent chance of getting a win in their first game back in Division 1 after a seesaw day 3. The Somerset attack bowled superbly to hold Kent to a 38-run lead, with Gregory and Overton particularly impressing. Bartlett and Overton would resume their 60-run unbroken stand as they aimed to give Kent a tricky final innings chase. The stand wasn't able to progress much further, as Milnes was able to take the first wicket of the day when Overton edged low to second slip, Crawley holding the catch. And Somerset were only able to add 3 more to the total when Claydon was able to extract a bit of lift from the pitch to claim his 9th of the match. Bartlett held firm and was able to bring up his 50 off Milnes. And then last man Brooks decided it was time to cut loose, with Claydon and Podmore both getting the treatment as Brooks threw the bat at everything. The final wicket pair were able to bring up what might prove an invaluable 50 partnership off just 37 balls, with Brooks providing the lion's share of the runs. All that before Darren Stevens returned to trap Bartlett for 63 and leave Kent needing to chase 206 to win, last man Brooks providing a brilliant 35 not out from just 31 balls. Somerset put the cat amongst the pigeons immediately as Gregory induced an edge from Dixon with the very first ball of the innings, the third of 4 slips Overton taking the low catch. And Kent was suddenly in all sorts of bother when Renshaw nibbled at one that was angled across him, Gregory this time taking the catch. Bell, Drummond and Crawley decided attack was the best form of defence as they counter-attacked with boundaries. But they couldn't keep Gregory out for long, and he beat the inside edge of the bat to have Bell Drummond LBW. Overton then got Coon in the same fashion in the very next over, before Gregory struck again to make it 3 from 3 overs when he accounted for Crawley, and Kent went to lunch at 43 for 5, with the target of 206 suddenly seeming a very long way away. Gregory was proving too hot to handle, and he only needed 3 balls after lunch to remove Robinson, who edged to Overton at third slip. Blake and the experienced Stevens were able to hold on until the end of Gregory's spell before cashing in with a few boundaries when he was withdrawn from the attack. Overton was still bowling, however, and he ended the partnership at 37 when he went round the wicket and Blake feathered an edge through to the keeper. Podmore then played round a straight one from Brooks to leave Kent on the brink at 93 for 8. Stevens and Milnes were able to rotate the strike for a period before Gregory returned for another spell and Milnes drove away from his body and Hildreth took the catch, Gregory completing a brilliant 5-wicket haul. Hildreth also took the final wicket as last man Claydon edged a ball from Davey, leaving Stevens stranded on 43 not out. It was a brilliant comeback victory for Somerset, which looked very unlikely at the start of the day's play, Gregory proving the hero with a simply sublime 5-wicket haul and finishing with figures of 5 for 18 from 13 overs. Somerset into second thanks to the win, 19 points their reward, whilst Kent make do with 4 points to leave them level with Yorkshire after the opening round of matches.